What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 117, take 2 of 2 Dudes of Sports News, 4th of July edition. As always, my name's Garrett here, my co-host.
What to do? This is Jalen Prince. And obviously you can see my energy is a whole lot better this time. My energy is a whole lot better. If you was here for the last episode, let it be known that y'all got to experience a new rule as far as never doing a show past 10 o'clock unless you really have to.
It has been scrubbed from, well, not the internet, but it has been scrubbed from everything, so we are good to go. It's not on YouTube anymore. It never happened. Now we can just laugh at it. But thank you guys for tuning in. Follow us on the socials, TDSN Pod on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, TikTok, YouTube, all the same thing. Go follow us over there. If you're watching this live, great. If you're not watching this live and listen back to it later, you want to chime in live on YouTube, that's the best place to do it. We'll read comments if if it's helpful or not, and we'll figure it out. It's the best way to chime in and honestly be a part of the show. But let's get right into it. We got a couple things we want to talk about. We're going to recap NBA Finals to start. Your Thunder did it. Or formerly your Thunder. I don't know if you're still Thunder or not. Yeah. Formerly your Thunder.
It's a little bit of regret in there for leaving.
You left at the wrong time.
I did. All right, the backstory on this one is simple. I left the Atlanta Hawks as a fanship back when they had Mike Bibby, Joe Johnson, Josh Smith, Marvin Williams, Al Horford.
I forgot about Josh Smith.
Yeah, the highlight factory at that time because I was a kid.
Jay Smooth.
Hey, dog, and not to mention that was the only Hawks game. That was the only NBA team that I could go to with the logistic chance. Dude, I'm from Meadow, Georgia. Like, I'm not going all the way down to Florida for the Miami Heat. Folks wasn't going to allow that. Atlanta was going to be the best shot. So,
or the Magic.
Had to fall for a team. I didn't start paying attention to the NBA on like back in until 2008. After that, it was just like, they were there. I ain't to pay that much attention. It was more football and forget everything else.
Yeah, I get you.
Fast forward to, I want to say, let's see, Miami. LeBron went over to Miami in 11.
The decision.
Yeah, decision. I think I fell in love with the Thunder. Yeah, I fell in love with the Thunder back in 11. Let's see. This was before the Kendrick Perkins trade, and still had Cole Aldridge at the time. Eric Maynard was still on the team at that time. But it was young Kevin Durant. It was a young Russell Westbrook. James Harden got drafted. He was the first draft pick in the franchise history of the Thunder. So it was around that time when I was diehard into the Oklahoma City Thunder. Fast forward to 2018. Basically, I dipped after Dame hit the shot over Paul George.
We know the shot.
Yeah. So I dipped after that because I saw what the Hawks are doing. They are like with drafting Trae Young, getting Clint Capella. This was before the run happened in 2011. I started seeing the Hawks finally making smart logistic moves back when they had Travis Slank. Fast forward to now, is starting to regret it. But after the first day of free agency, this is the first time where I can honestly say I feel good to be a Hawks fan. But I still always had love for OKC. I never badmouthed them. I never bashed them or anything. I was so happy that they won the championship because, like, for that fan base that has stuck around since day one, they deserve this. They earned this. It was happy to see.
Well, they probably got a bit of a dynasty going at this point because SGA just got locked in for the richest contract in NBA history.
Give or take.
Well, I mean, great for SGA. Like, that wasn't a shot at him whatsoever. Like, it's deserved. He had one of the better seasons that we've seen in the last decade.
That's really not getting talked about enough as far as like, oh, by the way, it was 4 years to $285 million.
I gotcha.
Richest annual salary, that is. Like, think about this. He's getting $71.25 million per year, 5.94 per month. Jesus. 1.48 per week.
1.48 per week.
Per week.
What's like $200K a day or something like that at this point?
Actually, yeah, 212.1K per day. Now, 868.9K per game, 8.84K per hour, on like 147.26 per minute, $2.45 per second.
Man, I focused on the wrong thing in high school, and middle school, and elementary school.
No, here's the thing. Do you know how much like water boys make in NBA? Dog, think about this. Actually,
I didn't see NBA, but I know NFL's like 60K.
Let's see. NFL water boy. Ooh boy.
NFL's 60K. It's like 5K a game or something like that.
Yep. As of right now, borrowing like $40,000 to $50,000. Dog, think about this. In high school, when I was a water boy for our high school like football and basketball team, I got made fun of a lot. If I would have stayed the course and not go the course that I was in, as far as it's a journalism business,
5-star water boy recruit.
The course of being a water boy and fly to the next level of doing it in college, which I did, and then take it to another level and go try to do professional sports. Man
was the highest recruited water boy coming out of college.
Bruh, with the most experience.
I love it.
With the most experience, man.
I love it. But yeah, I mean, like with the finals thing too, like it's when you saw Tyrese go down, we all kind of knew. We knew what was happening. We knew it was coming. Like there's no, that was it. Like that was the end. And they held on for a while, and they got closer to a couple points, but that was it. So I absolutely, props to Indiana. Congratulations to Oklahoma City. But you mentioned some of the moves your Hawks are making in the offseason. So I think it's time to talk about some of this insanity that's been happening in the offseason. The Celtics are just burning the whole thing down. Horford's gone. Drew's gone. Tingus Pingus is now on the Hawks. We got Anthony Simons. There's Horford's not coming back. There's rumors around Jaylen Brown. They're burning the whole thing down at this point. So I don't know. They did laugh at Toronto. I don't know if you heard about that. Toronto offered the Celtics the 9th overall pick for Derek White, and they said, no. No thanks. We're good.
Don't you think y'all would have been able to use that?
I'd rather have Derek White because I don't know who was available at 9.
Well, you let go of Drew. You got Anthony Simons from that. So you was able to get something out of that move,
right? So
here's the thing. Literally, we can have this conversation as far as like, what the heck are you doing?
What am I doing?
That should be our next game. Like, what the heck are you doing? NBA off-season edition.
We could play that in the next segment.
we don't have the graphics for that yet.
I got a picture, and you'll know what I mean when we get to it.
I like animations with it, dog.
I like animations too, but I don't have the time to put it together. But anyways,
not in a minute. But anyway, like with your Celtics, dog. Here's my question, dog. What are the Celtics going to be? You're not going to have Jason Tatum for a while. You let go of Kristaps. I think there's still rumors about Al Horford as far as like he could be on the move, but if I think Al wants to stay in Boston until like it's time to go ahead and call it a career. But Jaylen Brown right now, he's the guy, and the issues. Well, not much off the field, but more on the court and off the on the court issues than on the court off the court because there is no off the court.
No, there's no off the court. It's consistency. The biggest thing with Jaylen Brown has always been consistency. He's dropping 40 or he's dropping 14. And there's no in between.
There is. About how many turnovers is going to be in between?
I wasn't going to get into the turnovers because he's dropping 14. He's probably having 14 turnovers too. But look, I think mentality Boston is taking going into this season is going to be outscore everybody. One of the main reasons why we lost, I feel like, during, to the Knicks was that we weren't hitting our threes. We missed the NBA record of threes during an off-season performance, and we still only lost by a couple points. So bringing in Anthony, who is a better 3-point shooter than Drew Holiday, I believe, bringing him in to play that position, I can see what they're trying to do. We'll see how it goes. I think they're just going to try to outscore everybody. But that's just me.
As of right now, to you, who's winning the offseason? Obviously, I'm biased. I'm gonna say my Atlanta Hawks.
Hawks did good. I like the draft of the Utah Jazz. If we're going solely off of the draft, I like the draft.
I said off season.
Yeah, I like the draft of the Jazz.
You're not getting no argument from me as far as on that standpoint.
I like their draft picks. I would lean. Jazz are up there as a team that's winning the offseason. I would say a team that, because the Lakers just got a center, which is nice, but it's also, Heavy will tell you. Now, Jeannie Buss is still involved in decisions, which I think the Lakers aren't too thrilled about. But to me, it's I don't know. I think Hawks are up there. I think the Jazz are up there. I don't really know. I think it's two. Who?
Shoot. Once I show you this, like basically, you look at the Houston Rockets and the moves that they made.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What's crazy is a lot of folks are still going to look at that Kevin Durant trade as not a good trade, and I
For
look
who?
at it. Well,
For who?
I'm trying to think. Who did they trade? They kept Armin Thompson and Alperen Şengün, which was the most important if you think about if you're a Rockets fan. They lost Jalen Green, and if you remember that playoff game against the Warriors, he was not good. He had a few moments, few games within that series, but he was not enough to be able to get them to where they really need to go. And also, I think if I remember the numbers correct, Houston was not a really great 3-point shooting team.
No, I'm about to make this really, really interesting because apparently rumors are this trade for Kevin Durant Houston could turn into a 7-team trade. Still.
But I thought the trade already went through.
Trade already went through, but they're looking at doing to sort of break a couple things up, apparently for tax reasons.
Oh, like the whole second apron thing?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
I still don't even know what the heck that is.
Your guess is as good as mine, man. I don't know.
I mean, based on that one, think about this. Tyrese, and he's still up for an extension. Kevin Durant, obviously, but they're not letting go of him. Mm-hmm. So if they were to make a bunch of other moves, you're gonna have to look at who's getting moved because they just picked up Clint Capella from free agency. Yep. They got Jeff Green, Jae'Sean Tate, Tari Eason, Cam Whitmore. They're gonna and they just got Dorian Finney-Smith. They just got him. So when you look at currently constructed, the Rockets can compete now, but if they're trying to make moves to be able to stay within the second apron, which again I don't know the numbers for it off the rip, then you got to wonder what are they going to be able to keep or bring in if they have to make moves to avoid any type of tax issue.
Yeah, I don't know. That's going to be interesting, but to me, the original trade itself, Houston absolutely destroyed Phoenix in this trade because they got Kevin Durant. They sent them Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks, which no one cares about.
Yeah, for the casual, but if you actually pay attention basketball wise.
About Dylan Brooks?
Yo, think about this. You gonna need you need a guy like that in the locker room. When have you ever heard Dylan Brooks being a cancer in the locker room?
He's corny.
But when have you ever heard him be a cancer in the locker room?
I mean, you're not wrong, but out here saying I'm a villain, no, you're not.
Yeah, he is. A lot of jokers go at him.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, not like that, yeah, but
he's not a Tony Allen.
He's an antagonist.
Yeah, he's not a Tony Allen. He's not a Lance Stevenson. He's not anything like that. He's not
a Tony Allen because Tony Allen. You're talking about one of the greatest defensive players.
Tony Allen's a dog. He's not a Marcus Smart. He's not anything like that.
I think he's better than Marcus.
Marcus got better at shooting, but also Marcus brings a defensive kind of thing to the table that Dylan Brooks to me doesn't bring.
He got the proof. He won Defensive Player of the Year, so I get your point.
But that's what I'm saying is if I'm looking for. Because Dylan Brooks, to me, should be a 6-man.
Depends on the situation and roster construction.
I don't think he should be a starter. I think he should be a sixth man at this point in his career.
It depends on roster construction.
To me, if he is starting, then Phoenix clearly lost his trade. But also, who's going to handle the ball? Because this is the same problem they had when KD was there.
I agree, because they ain't got a point guard.
They got a point guard, but you got Devin Booker and you've got Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal has a no trade clause.
I think they're trying to get out of that.
If I'm Bradley Beal, I would be like, I get to pick where I go, and I'll waive it.
You and I both. First off, you and I both know Booker ain't going nowhere.
Booker's easier to move than Beal is at this point.
But no, that's the franchise. Like you're not letting go of Booker.
I hear you, but he's easier to move. And I'm
gonna say this again. They that's already gonna be established. They're not letting go of Booker. Like
we'll
Bradley's, Bill's gonna get off that contract. They're gonna get off that Bill contract and let Jalen Green walk before they let go of Booker.
Beal has them.
He ain't leaving Phoenix.
Beal has them backed into a corner. Is what I'm saying. If he could literally decide, I don't want to move, I'm gonna hang out here. Y'all figure it out. Because he's locked in. So I think they're going to try to move Beal before they move anybody else. But I feel like if they're looking for the easiest way out, and it would be the most Phoenix Suns thing to do, would be to trade Booker.
I'm watching First Take right now. They're talking about biggest bombshells in the NBA. We ain't gonna do that. We're basically talking about offseason in general.
Well, we can talk about bombshells. We can do NFL offseason bombshells too while we're at it, because the Dolphins and Steelers have been doing insane things involving this man.
Again, I go back to what the heck are you doing?
What are you doing? Why? There were so many. There are so many other tight ends available that have played within the last 2 years. And look, Darren Waller. Before we even get to Darren Waller, let's talk the actual trades that they did too.
All right.
The Steelers traded Minkah Fitzpatrick and a late round pick, I think 1 or 2 late round picks, to the Dolphins for Jonnu Smith and Jalen Ramsey.
Yep.
What are you doing? So you now have 3 tight ends. You didn't need 3. You already have a corner in Joey Porter Jr. I'm pretty sure they either signed Chauncey Gardner Johnson, or they signed Darius Slade. I don't remember one of the two. They did one of them during the offseason. So either Ramsey's playing safety, because you just created a huge void in the field with Minkah.
But wait, hold on. Then who are they? You got Darius Slade, Joey Porter Jr. But here's the thing: Ramsey never played safety. I always thought he should.
Ramsey played safety.
He was a safety when he was at Florida State. I didn't watch a lot of Florida State.
He played safety at Florida State for, I think, a season. So he could do it. But they've got, you've got Aaron. They're trying to buy a ring, I think. It's very clear they're trying to buy a ring, and it's not going to work.
Who, Philly? Who, Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh, yeah.
Oh,
DK Metcalf, Aaron Rodgers.
My issue is okay. They weren't great in the passing game.
Mm-mm.
Admit it. Run game,
they weren't.
Yeah. The problem was offense. It's because they wasn't able to run the ball, control the ball like they want to. Weapon-wise, it was either George Pickens or Pat Freiermuth. Now, you let go of George, you get DK, still missing, by the way. You got Pat, you got Freiermuth, you still got Darnell Washington, and now you add Jonnu Smith.
Your other receivers are Calvin Austin III and Robert Woods as your starters. There's also Scotty Miller, which I didn't know he was still in the league, and then Roman Wilson and Ben Skowronek. What are you doing? Oh, what are you doing?
Aaron Rodgers already said on the Pat McAfee show that this is most likely his last season.
Oh, we all knew that. Oh, breaking news: Joey Chestnut won his 17th title.
I saw that.
Which no one's surprised.
No one. You just hope that he's healthy.
No one's surprised. But they got Jalen. So currently they have Darius Slay and Joey Porter Jr. is right and left corner, and then they got Jalen playing nickel, which I don't hate. I don't hate Jalen a nickel because he's great in run defense, but why are you paying your nickel that much money?
I'm looking at the draft class.
Because he got a raise.
I'm looking at the draft class. You draft Derek Hartman out of Oregon. With your first
Caleb Johnson was a good pick.
Yeah, you add another run. Look, you let go of Najee Harris, you're able to get another running back. But they went defensive draft again. No way, I'm thinking about the Packers. Sorry, they went defensive heavy, but they need offense because the offensive line wasn't that great. They still wasn't able to run the ball effectively.
Yep.
So I get the identity of the Steelers as far as their history and their lineage is run the ball, stop the run type of ordeal. But dog, you got to realize what era of NBA, what era of NFL that you are in. You got to be able to put up points. Yes, you need to be able to get stops, but the last few like Super Bowl champions have been able to put up a lot of points while having solid defenses. But mainly the ultimate goal, you have to be able to put up points.
Yep.
And like Pittsburgh don't have the capability of doing that. Their offensive line's not that great. They don't run the ball effectively. And throwing wise, they were better when they had Russell Wilson. We don't know how they're going to be with Aaron Rodgers.
No, and then they got Arthur Smith calling plays.
And that's the biggest one, dog. My issue with Arthur. Okay. I have to choose my words carefully because obviously he's in that position. I'm not. I don't have that level of experience. Sure. I'm just a starting up reporter. But I will honestly tell you that like he's one of the most predictable coages or coordinators in the league. I'm not gonna say he's the worst because we've seen worse than him. A lot of the other guy that Aaron Rodgers liked to bring with him everywhere he went.
So, to your point, when you mentioned Arthur Smith is in a position that we're not in, you're absolutely correct. But I'm going to quote one of my favorite comedians. He's like, I've also, correct, I've never done that. But I've also never flown a helicopter. But if I see one in a tree, I can look at it and go, dude messed up. It's not supposed to be there.
Yeah. But again, going back with the Steelers, I'm like, bro, what you doing? You need to be able to score. Yes, Jalen Ramsey, he's a good asset, and Ramsey probably wanted to get out of Miami in their situation. We darn sure don't know what the heck they're doing. Right?
No, because they brought in
Minka.
No. I'm not worried about Minka. They brought in this man.
They brought in him to replace what Jonu's doing. No, and can you say like Jonu's been productive since he's been in Miami?
No, not really.
No, the main problem is going to be is Tua going to stay healthy throughout the season because they need him to.
Let me pull up Jonu's stats because I don't actually remember off the top of my head. Because Jonu Smith has the ability to be a great tight end. He's fast. He's athletic. He can catch.
At least we think because he's been out for some time.
Mm-hmm. They have, he did okay last year, actually, when he played a full season.
Yes, it was solid. The problem is
88 receptions for 884 yards and 8 touchdowns. He did good last year. He did decent.
Yeah, but dog, here's my issue. You're Miami.
Mm-hmm.
You lack the one thing to be able to help you deal when it comes to those cold weather games. You have no power. You have plenty of speed, but you lack strength and power.
Yep.
And I'm thinking all right, how can we perform better in those cold weather games? Because you got to go to Buffalo, you got to go to New York, you got to go to you got to go to New England. Those are cold places compared to you.
Yep.
So how can you be able to handle going to those cold destinations, especially if you're in the AFC? Answer: let's get stronger. Let's get powerful. Let's be able to move another grown man against his will. And they barely did that. Now, in their draft class, they got Kenneth Grant out of Michigan. All right, that's good. That's a good solid pick to be able to handle the interior. Their front should be good defensively. They end up getting a guard out of Arizona. We don't know how he's going to play. Jordan Phillips out of Maryland. Don't know how he's going to play. Got a cornerback from Florida, but we're talking fifth rounders at this point. You got Ollie Gordon, the running back out of Oklahoma State. We know, we've seen him play. We know he has talent.
Right.
Then you drafted Quinn Ewers with the second round pick
because Tua's going to get hurt.
We hope he doesn't.
No. I want to be very clear. I hope he doesn't get hurt. I don't hope anyone gets hurt. However, statistically,
yeah,
if I were to place a bet on a quarterback to get hurt this season, Vegas would not let me bet on Tua getting hurt.
Probably. Dog, and not to mention, dog, think about your offensive line. Terry Armstead, he's retired.
You just lost one of your centerpieces on the O-line. Like, what?
Literally.
So you bring in a guy who hasn't played in 2 years, was never known as a good blocking tight end. He's known as a pass catcher, which he's good at. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's not good, but he's 2 years removed for the league, and that doesn't always work out. That rarely works out. I think the only time that's ever worked out was with what's his name? Left tackle, San Francisco.
Oh, Trent Williams.
Yeah, that's the only time I can think of that's ever worked out. Where he was out of the league for a year or two, he came back and he's been literally didn't lose a step. If Darren Waller can do that, then this is a good choice. However, I don't think that's going to happen.
We don't know.
No, we don't know. He hasn't played in 2 years, and the last year he played, he wasn't very good.
Exactly.
So we'll see.
Well, let's be honest with you. Let's be honest with everything.
The team he was on didn't help.
Yes. And the quarterback that you had definitely did not help.
Tyrod Taylor and Tommy DeVito. Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see. I think right now the Dolphins are insane, but that's just me.
Before we move off the NFL, the 100 on like the top 100 just got released, and right now these are 100 through 91. At 100, you got Ladd McConkey, 99, Leonard Williams, 98, Aaron Jones, 97, Drake London, 96, Levante David, 95, Josh Sweat, 94, Sam Laporta, 93, Creed Humphreys, 94, Jesse Bates, 91, the guy we were just talking about, Tua Tagovailoa. I'm
not mad at that.
Me neither. I'm just glad they made the top 100. I'm just glad some of these jokers made the top 100. Think about with Ladd. This was his first appearance on the top 100.
I think Aaron could be a little higher, but I also think he had a down year last year, so I understand. I think he was hurt for a lot of last year.
And also, like, folks have got to realize that this is voted on by the players.
Right.
This is players only. So get out your feelings.
Yeah, no, exactly. All right, man. Well, let's get to something else. Then we'll talk about feelings. You are doing something Monday.
Oh, yeah. Lord's will. Monday Night Raw will be in Birmingham, and I'm trying to go. And I'm still working on going. So hopefully I'll be able to get there. Hopefully I'll be able to go. Like at this point, I really don't even care about the seats. But like I'm trying to go to Monday Night Raw. It's been a while since a WWE event has been in Birmingham, so I'm definitely trying to go. Last time I was at a WWE, it was Friday night. The last time I went to a WWE event and it was in Birmingham, it was
SmackDown.
Yeah, it was SmackDown, but it was the night that Cody Rhodes announced that I'm not going to WrestleMania after I won Royal Rumble against. I'm not going to WrestleMania against Roman Reigns. Instead, it's going to be The Rock. This is when The Rock was in town.
This is when he started turning heel, which I think is
The Rock was, yes, but like with Cody Rhodes, it was he felt bad about it, and that's when social media went off and said we want Cody. And then like The Rock started turning heel with the whole Cody Crybabies and babies and stuff like that. But the night that Cody Rhodes switched his position over to Roman Reigns, that went over to The Rock, and it looked like we're about to get Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania. That was the night. It was at SmackDown, and that was in Birmingham. So I was there that night.
Okay.
I was disappointed there was no LA night. that one hurt. That would hurt, but the crowd felt the undeniable Kavorka still that night because we were still hitting those chants and stuff so the crowd was still lit. Like I'm excited.
I gotcha. No, that'll be fun, man. No, that'll definitely be fun. It's as a casual fan, I just like seeing the stuff coming back. So, all right, well, we're gonna get to some college football stuff because this is the last episode we are going to air before College Football 26 comes out.
Now, unless
I'm
you're one of them
excited.
elitists that have already gotten it earlier.
Listen, if EA wants to hit us up with a creator content thing, I'm in. Let's do it. But they won't because we're not big enough.
We're not invested enough to be able to do all that.
Nope. But that can change, EA. Anyways, so in honor of that, I have found a list of 8 or 9 of the wildest names that are going to be in the game for College Football 26. Now, some of these. So basically, this whole idea started because Jalen wanted to do something kind of based off that Key and Peele sketch. So what we're gonna do is I have found 8 or 9.
The Isaiah T. Billings Clyde.
Yes. Desquarius Green Jr. We've got
the Hall of Fame. Dog, Hank McCurry should be in the Hall of Fame.
Devoyne Shower Handle. We got all. So we got. So what we've done is we have taken. These are all current players who are available and eligible to be in the game. There is one of them who's in the transfer portal currently, but he might still be on the team. I'm not really sure. So we're going to get into that later. But I am going to list off the names. I'm going to put up their picture and I'm going to say their name. And Jalen is going to tell me what position they play. We're not doing what school because some of the schools are in the backdrop.
Yep.
Now we're leaving out General Booty.
Because we already know.
We're also leaving out Noah up at Eastern Michigan.
Yep.
We're doing that.
If you know the last name, you know.
Oh, he corrected how to pronounce it.
It still don't sound right.
Nope, and I'm not touching it. I'm not touching
it. Imagine you announcer and you gotta say like, thank God he a linebacker. He ain't no running back or quarterback because like
that's Noah K on the tackle. Good. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with a couple different ones. And Jalen is going to tell me who each one is. We're going to start out easy. This, Jalen, is Nitarion Nitro Tuggle.
Wide receiver, University of Georgia.
You are correct. Jalen's got a point. Next, we have.
Okay, you can at least spell the names out on the banner. Like that's one thing we should have did.
We should have done that. Yeah. So we got Nitro Tuggle. We can figure this out. Next, we have King Large.
Man. Based off that.
King Large. You know SMU because it's on the shirt.
Yeah.
What position does he play?
I'm going to go linebacker.
Linebacker. No. I'll give you one more guess.
Running back?
Nope. He is an offensive lineman.
Okay. That was my third.
All right, so you got one wrong, you got one right. Next. Dude person.
Ah, dang.
I'm not even kidding. His name is
I know.
Dude
I know. Ooh. I'm going to go receiver.
Receiver. No. You get one more guess. You see it Central Arkansas.
Running back?
Defensive back.
Oh, that was my third.
1 and 2. 1 and 2. All right. Next we have Sir Bible.
Oh man. Jesus help me. All right, I'm going linebacker again.
You going linebacker. He is a linebacker.
Yes.
You are 2 and 2. So we're good. You're 2 and 2 right now. Next we have memorable factor.
The fact that he's at Duke, bro.
Memorable factor. You're not going to get this. I can promise you won't get this.
Kicker.
Nope. One more guess.
All right.
I knew you were going to go kicker. That's why I picked him.
Damn.
I knew you were going to go kicker.
All right. Let's see. Memorable factor. He's at Duke. I'm going to go receiver.
Linebacker.
Dang.
Linebacker, memorable factor. Next, Rocky Beers.
Rocky Beers. Oof.
Rocky Beers.
I'm trying my hardest not to cheat. I really am. I want to let everybody know I'm not looking at anything but this. We did not plan it. He chose. Like I had him choose.
Yes.
What names to be able to bring out. I'm going linebacker again.
You going with linebacker? No. One more guess.
Give me. Dang it, man.
I'll give you a hint. All right. Not offensive line.
Now, okay. Edge rusher, D-line.
Tight end, Colorado State.
I can see it.
All right. Next we have, so you are 2 and 4.
Okay.
Next we have Legend Journey. It's a blurry picture, I'm sorry.
The mug face.
Yeah, it's a blurry picture. I'm sorry. This is from his University of California bio.
Okay. Let's see.
All these were pulled from either ESPN or the team's bio that they have on their roster.
I'm gonna
go a screenshot because downloading these as web files. I'm like, I don't want to do that. So screenshot it, zoomed in. Sorry if it's a little blurry if you're watching this back on YouTube. But this is Legend Journey.
Let me go. I'm gonna go receiver.
Nope. You've guessed the position before.
D-line.
Yes. You're 3 and 4. All right, let's see if you can knock this one out. Next. Bubba Baxa.
Offensive line.
Nope. One more guess. You've guessed the position before too, and it's going to surprise you.
DB.
Kicker.
I can see it. I can see it now. I can see it now, man. But you better kick that thing.
Last one. This is one Javinsky Schlenbaker.
Jesus, these names.
We left a couple out. We didn't put Squirrel White. There's no Cavassier Smoke. We left out some of the easier
Well, first
ones.
of all, I know who Squirrel White is.
You know who Cavassier Smoke is too.
Who's Cavassier?
He was a Kentucky running back for a while.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we left out DeColdis because he's not a player anymore.
If you name Cavassier, your family gotta love alcohol.
It's spelled with a K.
That's what I'm saying. I know.
Cavassier is not spelled with a K, normally spelled with a C.
But you gotta look again, alcohol.
I used to sell it. I know what it is.
All right, but
Javinsky Schlenbaker. This is the player who is currently in the transfer portal.
Spelled with the D. I'm going wide receiver.
Nope. One more guess. Offense. You are correct. It is offense.
Running back.
Yes. All right. So you are 4 for 5 because you got Javinsky, you got Legend, you got Sir, and you got Nitro. So you're 4 for 5. You didn't get Dude. You didn't get King Large. You didn't get Memorable Factor or Rocky Beers or Bubba Baxa. So yeah, you went 4 and 5. So it's a fun little game. I think we need to do this every season.
Do some type of game like this. Like next episode, I got to get you.
Get me. Yeah, please do. Because we can do former players if you want. Because I don't remember all these. But these are current players. So next episode, if we want to do former players, let's do it. That'd be fun. All right. Next one, we have listener question of the week. What is the first thing you're going to do in College Football 26?
Play Georgia Southern.
Okay, that's fair.
Just do a regular game against Georgia Southern. Then the next game, Crab State. Who else?
No, you said against Georgia Southern.
No, play with Georgia. Oh, my bad. I meant to say play
against Crab. I got you. For me, honestly, I'm debating because I like what they did with Road to Glory. I'm doing the road.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of good things about that.
I'm doing Road to Glory, I think, or I'm gonna do what I did with this most recent dynasty I did on College Football 25, start as an offensive coordinator for Georgia Southern, and then work my way up the coaching ladder.
Okay.
Debating what I want to do. So, but I'm leaning towards one of those. So, that's it, man. Do you got anything else you want to get into?
Nah, I just want everybody to be able to enjoy their 4th of July, enjoy the grilled food, enjoy the time with family, enjoy the fireworks, stay out of trouble. Please be safe when it comes to fireworks. Everybody going to be turning into Peter Griffin on that one episode.
Put it in reverse, Tear.
or worse, Jason Pierre-Paul.
I tweeted out earlier this week.
God bless him. God bless him and his family.
Today is someone's last day with all 10 fingers.
Oh, just be safe with fireworks.
Please be safe. Please be safe.
Either read the instructions or look at the YouTube.
As someone who's been dumb but fortunate, I've been dumb but fortunate to where everything's okay. Please be safe. Also follow us on Twitter at TDSN Pod, X, whatever you want to call it. Follow us on TikTok at TDSN_pod. On YouTube, same thing. Type in Who Does the Sports News, whatever platform it is. You will find it. If you like the show, rate 5 stars, comment, whatever platform you listen to, we're on it. Give us a like on YouTube, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you didn't like the show, that's fine. We appreciate the time. We're going to treat it like a bad date. It's a blind date. Your friends set us up. It's not us, it's you. It's not you, it's us. Whatever helps you feel better. We're going to pick up the tab for the 44-ish minutes of content we just gave you, and we'll go our separate ways. No reason to leave negative views, negative comments. Doesn't help you, doesn't help us. It's fine. But we appreciate you trying it. Glad we got to re-record this because this one went much better.
Way better.
I'm with you, man. So, also at the end of the show, we get shout-outs. Shout-outs going to be podcasts that we think you'll like if you like our show, or people who retweet the show or rate 5 stars, and you've shown us that you've rated 5 stars. If you haven't rated 5 stars, we don't see it. Show us. You'll get the shout at the end of the show. Shout-out's going to be Jim over at Fan of the Van. Him and I do another side thing called Steel and Teal. Go check that one out. Episode should be coming out soon for that. 1420 Sports, Brent, love you, buddy. Hopefully you didn't hate me after all the hockey talk that we had last episode. Aaron over Brutally Honest Sports, Darian over Chill Takes, guys.
Rocky Talk?
Hockey talk.
Okay, good.
No, no Rocky Top on this podcast. There's no Rocky Top on this podcast.
About to say.
Guys at IIP Radio, email over at Avager Sports. Him and Jim do a show called Cigar and Sports. Go check that out. If you are a casual wrestling fan or a hardcore wrestling fan or anywhere in between, go check out John over Wrestling Fan Insight. Always go check out Sports After Dark. State of the Divisions have started.
You're right. You're right, because mine comes
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
State of the Divisions have started. Jalen's time is Sunday.
Mine comes tomorrow. Wait,
Tuesday.
Friday.
2 days. I got you.
Mine comes in 2 days.
2 days. State of the Division. It's on Twitter Spaces. It's gonna be crazy. It's always fun. Be there. Be a part of it. Listen to the insanity. It's always one of my favorite times of the year. I look forward to it every single off season. It's fun.
I got something good this year.
It's toxic.
I got something good this year.
It's fun. It's toxic in the best way.
Really good this year. Now I wish they were on playback at least to be able to show video. But like Twitter Space is so much better.
Mm-hmm. It's toxic in the best way possible. I mean that as respectfully as I can. Ash, Heavy, Blue, DG, y'all know I love you. Hollywood, you too. I don't want to leave y'all out. But always go check out Sports After Dark. Go check them out. They're great, awesome. Everything they do is fantastic. If you're looking to gamble, please do it responsibly. Do it outside of any team facility. Listen to Nate's Daily Wager. Thank you. And as always,
not be Malik Beasley.
Or Ortiz either.
Yep.
Don't be Malik Beasley and Mr. Ortiz. Thank you. And as always, we'll see you next time.
Peace.